My name is Yemi and I'm a Nigerian from Nigeria, and I create content on YouTube with the aim of inspiring women, African women, to own their lives, live up to their potentials, and to be their best self. I choose to talk about the issues concerning women because I'm a woman and I believe that we have so much potentials that the world is yet to tap into, right? And I also believe that the society we live in, our culture, is really not fair to us women. And so it is important for us to keep discussing, to keep talking about the issues that limit us as women. So yeah.
Happy International Women's Day. My name is Brenda Kimbi. I am a Cameroonian-based YouTuber and a personal development coach. My platform is all about inspiring people, igniting people, and impacting using the various platforms that I have to give people a sense of living, making them feel better and fulfilling their purpose.
The 4th of March, International Women's Day. Let me start by saying Happy International Women's Day to you. And I'm so excited to be one of the amazing women of this globe, to actually be in your space and engage you in this amazing day. I think International Women's Day, it's really a global celebration where we're celebrating the political, the cultural, the economic, the social achievements of all women across the globe. And I think what a better way to do it than to just say thank you for your amazing work, thank you for standing firm, thank you for believing so much in yourselves and other women. And of course, with the theme of this year 2021 being choosing to challenge, choose to challenge, I think it's best if I start by saying this: I am you and you are me. Together we are one. I think that's where it all has to start. As women, we are one. You are me and I am you. And as a proudly South African woman, I have been in a space with amazing women that love and appreciate each other. Of course, it's not always the case, like I think not just in South Africa, but across the globe. We still have that challenge. But of course, I'm here to say that women are powerful together. And as a proud, South African woman, I can clearly say that together we can do more. My name is Nthabi, and I am a founder of a design agency called IL Design Creative Approach. And of course, I have built a brand behind my name, Nthabi, which is Real Talk with Nthabi, which includes a YouTube channel that I've created mainly to empower and transform, me and people like you, all right? And it's all about helping you to find the best version of yourself. And coming to the motion of today, I believe that really my channel was proof enough to say we are actually empowering women. We are actually having it, put together. We are holding it firm to encourage each other as women. And I've had a couple of series where I empower women, and we spoke about things, challenges, and how women can actually win together. So that is a conversation for another day, right? But what I want to say is that women, we are amazing. This is our day, and let's celebrate it. Let's look at how we have come, and let's constantly keep working on ourselves and keep fighting for our best freedom in achieving anything and being equalized in each and every platform. All right.
Well, I think that women are very critical of each other and we tend to judge ourselves a lot. That's why we do not really support each other. You know, there's this belief, we have come to believe that women are constantly in competition with each other. And so you see a lot of women trying to avoid that drama. And so somehow they run away, they move away from their fellow women's business just because they don't want to be seen as being in competition with this other lady. So somehow that prevents us from supporting ourselves fully. I'm sure that we all know this Nigerian poet Chimamanda, and in my country, a lot of women tend to call her the feminist, you know, as if she is one lady who is just fighting for herself, you know, and we just tend to put ourselves down just because we want to avoid certain issues, we want to avoid certain drama. And that belief that drama comes with women is also a stereotype, a bias that we have come to believe, and then it prevents us from supporting each other. And I also think that, you know, the idea of us being very critical and being very judgmental about our fellow women's way of living is also plays a major role in us not supporting each other. Because, for example, in my country where I come from, I'm sure it's almost the same with other African countries. But then when you have a female boss in the office, in the workplace, we tend to assume when this lady is probably going about doing her job, you know, we tend to say things like, oh, she's bossy because, you know, she doesn't have kids. She's bossy because she doesn't have a family. She doesn't have a husband, you know. You hear women say things like this. Instead of supporting your fellow woman who is in the position, you know, just encouraging one another, supporting each other. We do not do that, but we judge the way the other woman is living her life. We judge the way she's doing her things, you know. We just expect another woman to do things exactly the way we do it, which is not possible, right? So I think that the fact that we are so critical of each other, we are so judgmental, we always want to lord our own ideas, our own principles on another woman. Those are the issues that stops us from preventing. We always want to show that yes, we know something, you know. We always want to outshine the other person in wisdom, in ideas, in, you know, the way of life. And these things genuinely prevent us from supporting each other. Yeah, I think it's very important for us to start to, you know, talk about ways that we can solve and challenge these issues on, you know, why women do not support each other. And I think one of the ways we can do that is to have this mindset that you are not perfect on your own. Your own ideas are not perfect. The way you do things are not perfect. What you believe is not perfect, you know. We should develop this growth mindset, and we should be open to other women. We should be open to our fellow women, you know. We can learn from them. We can help each other. You're not perfect. We need each other. We cannot, you know, for our voices to be heard, for us to grow, for us to be a force to reckon with, we need ourselves. We need each other to, you know, support each other so that our voice can be louder. There's really no need to be in competition with each other because there's so many things that already limit us. We shouldn't add that competition to the list, okay? The only thing I feel like we should be in competition with are those things that limit us. We should come together, be united, we should support each other and fight against those things that limit us with one voice, okay? So be nice to your fellow woman, support her business, support her ideas, support her way of life, support her choices, support her decisions. Yes, we should help each other so that we don't make mistakes, but we should allow people to make their own mistakes. We should allow our fellow women to make their own mistakes, but we should always be ready to help them back up. We should always be ready to guide them back on their feet and not just laugh about their downfall or say that, yeah, I said it, you know, but just support each other in a way that our voices can be heard. Yeah, so I think that's it. We should just respect each other more and yeah, just support each other.
Over the years, so many decades have come and gone, and women have been passing on a certain number of traditions, cultures, norms, and values to their children, their grandchildren, and generations come and go. There is a problem of identity. Women in most homes are raised as nurturers, as mothers, as wives, and we don't have a perspective of change makers, solution oriented mindset, and people who can provide sustainable solutions beyond their homes. Women are raised as just a gender and not raised as humans. And because of that, we have all the crises we have in society today. So the International Women's Day 2021's theme, which is all about choosing to challenge women, not only in their homes, but in the society, in leadership, in the economic sphere, it's an important one because we need to have this conversation. The average African girl's dream is marriage, is looking forward to that day that a savior will come and take them from their parents' homes. Whereas life is bigger than marriage, life is bigger than a ring, life is bigger than bearing children. And this brings me back to the story of the very popular and well-known successful Nigerian actress Adesua. Some few years back, I remember she was dragged all over the internet because she got married and she wasn't raising forth any kids. Most times when she would share her posts, her projects on Instagram, on other social media platforms, you would always have people commenting, when are you giving birth to children and all of that. Trust me, before her giving birth to their child, she has worked on so many very successful projects. She has done a lot more than we can think. But because we've been raised as mothers, we've been raised only as nurturers, the whole birth was on the internet when it was known, or when they decided as a couple to share to the general public that they had a child, then people decided to celebrate her. I celebrated her as well. It was something worth celebrating. But then it makes us ask ourselves the core questions. Are we only gender-based? Can we do beyond our gender as the female sex? There is a lot African women can do. But because of this identity that has been passed on to us by our parents, by our grandparents, so many women are missing the point and will miss the point. So we are having an issue of identity. There is an issue of identity, and the greatest enemy any human can have is the enemy within. So the problem is not even the opposite sex. The problem, it is us. It is that image that we have chosen to hold on to as women that has made us to limit ourselves, make us not to stretch as people, and think that we are wired just to do a particular thing or to be in a particular space. So we are choosing this year to challenge ourselves to go beyond that identity. After evaluating this issue of identity, what can we talk about? How can we unlearn some of these stereotypes, cultures, perspectives, traditions, norms that has been passed to us generations and generations to come? The only way we can do that is to unlearn these habits. Thank God for technology. Thank God for platforms such as YouTube. We can collaborate one to another and talk about these things that women face, that we are not wired only to give birth to children. We are not wired only to take care of our husbands. We are not wired to take care only of the kitchen, but we also have gifts and talents that are entrusted to us by God, that we can use those gifts and talents to change the world starting from our homes. If you're listening to me right now, just know there is that voice within you. There is that thing that hasn't given you enough sleep, that you can go forward for that thing. Stop looking at the biology clock, as some people call it. That is just science. If we can even joke about it, not every man that has a muscle is a man, or not every man that has been built with the build of a man is a man. But The pressure is on women because there is this identity crisis. We are so much focused on the identity issue that the cosmetic and the beauty industry is making a lot of money because women are struggling. They want to fight. They don't know who they are. They are trying to hold on to so many other things to give themselves a sense of self-worth. So even when you want to lose weight, even when you want to look good, it is always associated to the other gender. So I am choosing each and every woman listening to this video, challenge yourself that you want to sit on the table of great men, that you want to be a voice not only to your home, not only to your continent, but to the globe as a whole. So this video is just to encourage us all that we know that we've held on to these stereotypes, we've held on to these norms, we've held on to these cultures, but we can make a difference, and the difference should start from within. Unlearning, going back to the basics, going back to those gifts and talents, going back to education, and going back to God to seek the solutions that we need to make the world a better place.
I raise up my voice, not so that I can shout, but so that those without voice can be heard. We cannot all succeed when half of us are held back. This is a quote from Malala, a woman that was fighting for other women, and she was even shot for trying to do that. So the question that I have is, why shouldn't us as women support each other? When others are against us, why can't we get together and be stronger together? Why should we keep fighting as women? Why should we keep trying to compete? Why not support each other? Why not work together as one? Why not be one? I am you and you are me. And I'm challenging you to really support other women. So this theme of choosing to challenge, choose to challenge. I think this is a really best challenge to you to say, I am challenging you to support another woman. Not because they are just women, but because we must do it. It is in our ability to do it. We are capable of achieving more as women, and if we are stronger together, nothing can stand in our way. We are busy fighting for our freedom. Trust me, yes, it's been the number of years where we've been fighting for our space. So now we are still fighting for that space, and things have gotten better, I know. But what I'm trying to say is that if we constantly work on being together and being stronger together, we will get to where we want to be. It is still difficult for women to really be respected fully. I mean, when you walk across the street, it's easy for a guy to just, try to do things to you because you are a woman and you are kind of vulnerable, or you are weak. You are considered to be weak, so the respect need to be, developed from other people. And what better way to do it than us really supporting each other first, so that others can really see that the respect that this women give each other really means that everyone in the world, including men, should actually do it. All right, so I had a series of women where we spoke about women winning together. How can women stand firm and achieve the best things together? How do we build sisterhood? And I think that series was really powerful. Supporting each other as women really is a sign of us building ourselves and really winning together in this world. I mean, competition is really overrated. I feel like competing with another woman, to me, is just a lot of work, and it's really not necessary. Instead of me really winning in my space, instead I'm focused on someone's goal, someone's achievement, someone's ability to do something. But how can we change the narrative? We can change the narrative by really appreciating each other, but not competing. Let's not compete. There is no need to compete. Competition is you wasting time and working on someone else's vision or goal without you focusing on your own goal. So just supporting another woman or giving them kudos for the amazing work that they're doing doesn't mean now you have to go back to now want to change everything that you're doing so that you can match them. Don't do that. Appreciate them and obviously give them the credit when they've done something amazing. Get inspired by them and do not try to imitate them. Just be inspired and take that as inspiration to actually do you and do the best things in your way. You get my point? So I think that's the best way we can support each other. And this thing of hating on each other as women is really overrated as well. I mean, why hate on a woman who just walked into a room, the woman smells nice, is looking all good, wearing all the nicest clothes and looking dazzling, and then instead of you saying, oh honey, you look amazing, you go like, I wonder where she got those clothes, I wonder who's a blesser. No, darling, if you still have that mindset, I'm telling you right now, you are so behind, because women are making moves. We are making moves, okay? Women have it all. Women have it all. And I don't want us to really paint this picture of when a woman has, you know, an amazing car, a beautiful home, and then we think that a man really had to do everything for that woman. We are also capable. You will be surprised the number of women that have amazing homes, amazing lives without having to have someone doing something. And don't get me wrong, it's okay for a man to actually support their women in terms of their goals and their achievements. That is beautiful. That is a beautiful thing. But us as women, let's embrace the fact that if you see another woman succeeding, it's because they actually are successful. Do not even think of how they got there or anything. Or in case you want to know or you feel inspired, somehow make time. You can go to them. I mean, you're probably in a meeting and maybe there's a coffee break. Just take your coffee and go there. And go like, hey honey, I love your car. I love your work. I love your business. Like, that's amazing. How did you do that? How did you get there? Like, I'm so inspired, you know? And when you have that kind of conversation, what you're doing is that you are actually saying to this woman that I'm inspired by you. And there's no way that they won't tell you, right? So that's the only way you will know. So if you're sitting at some chair and looking at them from a distance, busy sipping on your coffee and going like, that one, she didn't work for all of those things. It is mainly because you are in denial. And it means you have problems. You don't believe in yourself. So please, let's change the narrative. Let's twist things around. We are not about that. We are not about that. We are about working together as one. So women, I love you. This International Women's Day, let it be a challenge to you to become a better woman. Let it be a challenge to you to love and appreciate another woman. Let it be a challenge for you to support another woman. Let it be a challenge for you to really say that I am Nthabi and Nthabi is me. All right? Thank you.
Long to